Hello, subscribers. Hello, hello, hello. Happy February the 1st. We've made it out of January, thank goodness, and we're heading into February. Not necessarily my favorite month of the year because here in Michigan, it's one of the worst winter months of the year. We do have a lot of snow outside and it is cold. February and March are not my favorite days or months rather of the year. However, this is the first day and this is the first day of Black History Month, and this is Black History Month, and that I am excited about. Before we get into this video, I want to say thank you to my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. For liking, sharing, and commenting, please continue to do so. And tap the notification bell so you can get more videos like this as I post them immediately. And please, please, please give the videos a thumbs up. I get a lot of watchers sometimes with some videos. Sometimes I don't get too many. But the ones that I do, please give the video a thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm as I am trying to grow the channel. And as I grow the channel, I can give you more content, better content, as I have things planned this year that I hope that will come into fruition for viewers, so that I can upgrade this channel and do other things that I have planned. Anyway, I'm rambling. Well, yes, so this is Black History Month. I will be doing a lot of videos based off of Black characters, both in comic books and in action figures and toys and collectibles, etc., etc. In fact, this first comic book that we have is from Boom Studios, which features a Black character. It's about a Black character. It's called Mosley. And this is issue number 1. I also have to note, I said in previous videos that I was waiting for my comic books to arrive, and they finally have. So these aren't comic books, unfortunately, that have come out this week, but they are recent, within the last 2 to 3 weeks or so. But again, this is Mosley, issue number 1. I've heard a lot about it. I don't really know the basis of the story, but I've heard a lot about the story, and that is actually a really good read. And this is from, again, Boom Studios, written by Rob Guillory and Sam Lofty, with Jean-Francois Boulot as the artist. Liking that cover there, and I can't wait to read it. More than likely, I'll be reviewing this later on this month, okay? All right. Next, we get into another Boom Studios comic, Behold Behemoth. And this is issue number 3, written by Tate Brumball and Nick Nobles. I'm enjoying the story so far. I've read the first 2 books, and it's very interesting. You know, it's dealing with basically dealing with monsters, and other things that are going on in the story. I don't want to give the plot away. It's interesting, to say the least. It's not been a life changer for me yet so far, but it's been a pretty good read. I've enjoyed it thus far. Can't wait to read issue number 3. And then we have the long-awaited sequel to Gargoyles issue number 1. We have Gargoyles number 2. I like the first issue. It's very, very nostalgic. I watched the Gargoyles, of course, in, what was the 80s or 90s? But the first story was pretty interesting. This is by Dynamite Comics, and again, it's issue number 2. Gargoyles are becoming very, very famous or popular again, and I'm believing more than likely we will see an iteration of this in live action form at some point in time. At some point in time in the near future, probably as a series on Disney Plus, since Disney does own the rights to the story now. You see Disney on the top of the comic book there. Anyway, Gargoyles issue number 2. And then a series I definitely have been reading and enjoying from Image Comics, 10,000 Black Feathers. This is a really, really good book. It deals with the paranormal. It's a murder mystery, paranormal, X-Files type thing that's going on in this book. And it's from the Bone Orchard Mythos series, written by Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino. Sorrentino, right? And Dave Stewart contributing to the story. Not for the faint of heart, but it's definitely a good read. I've enjoyed this so far, and I can't wait to read this. And again, this is from Image Comics. And you see the cover looks kind of creepy there. And then the book I've heard a lot about. This is a old series that has been renewed by Mark Millar and Jorge Jimenez as the artist. I've heard so much about this. Nemesis Reloaded. This is not a new character to my understanding. He's been around for a while. This is also from Image Comics, and this is issue number 1. Kind of looks like, what is it, Moon Knight? But I'm hearing that he's a darker version of Batman, or kind of like Batman. He breaks the rule that Batman doesn't break in terms of killing people. And you can see all the blood on him. I've seen some of the pages from the book online, and again, I've heard several reviews about it. So can't wait to get to read it. Definitely excited about this book. Okay. And woo, what I'm really excited about, as I've said so many times before, I am a huge Godzilla fan. Huge Godzilla fan. Huge Godzilla fan. I love Godzilla. This is Godzilla Rivals. This is a chunky boy too. This is almost like a trade paperback. It looks like this is from IDW, Godzilla Rivals, and you can see Mothra, and I forgot the name of this creature on the cover here, but this is a this is a thick book. It was kind of expensive too. This is about 20 bones for this. King of the Monsters does not go unchallenged. Hedorah, that's the name of the monster. Hedorah, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Batra, that's Batra right there, which is the evil version of Mothra. Each one a fearsome fiend, every bit as destructive and unrelenting as their sworn rival Godzilla. Across the grimy streets of New York, in the deep waters of Japan, and over the crimson sands of Mars, Godzilla defends their reign decade after decade, facing each fearsome adversary one-on-one, and as one battle rages, is always a singular, courageous human who must rise from the devastation to defy the will of monsters and the machinations of madmen and aliens alike. All in all, knockdown kaiju brawl of epic proportions, this first volume of Godzilla Rivals showcases a titanic storytelling of talents of Paul Allor, A.J. Su, Mary Kinney, S.L. Gallant, Adam Gorham, Rosie Knight, and Oliver Ono. Yeah, so I can't wait to read this, man. All right, and again, IDW publisher. Here's another Godzilla comic, also from IDW. And thank you, Vault of Midnight. Here's the Vault of Midnights. They supplied me with a bookmarker. Thank you. I'll need that when reading that. And let's see. So yes, we have Godzilla. This is a $7.99 comic book. Also another expensive book. These IDW Godzilla books are kind of expensive, man. It's by James F. Wright and Philip Johnson. Okay. I don't think that's the same as Philip Kennedy Johnson. It's Rodan and Ibera. Oh, all right. This is a one-shot. Can't wait to read that too, man. And then we get into, was it more Image Comics, right? Yeah. So, yeah, Scorched from, of course, Todd McFarlane with Sean Lewis and Steven Segovia as contributing writer and artist. This is issue number 14. I'm really digging that cover there. Let me see if I can lower this a little bit so you can get a full view of the character. Loving this book here, and definitely loving the story. A spin-off, of course, of the Spawn stories. Okay. Wow. And then we get into Gunslinger Spawn, issue number 16. Creepy cover there. And another Image comic book. Gunslinger Spawn, issue number 16. And he's kept his comic books, actually, as I've always said, at a decent price. $2.99 for this. This is written by Todd McFarlane with Brett Booth as the contributing artist. Digging that cover there, man. Wow. Very nice. Very nice. Next up, we get into Predator number 6 from Marvel Comics. Wow, it's a very juicy, slimy mouth there. I love that cover art, though. This is Ed Brisson, Kev Walker, and Frank D'Amata contributing to this story yet. And honestly, I haven't read any of these books yet. Not that I'm not interested. Again, I have a lot of books that I'm reading and catching up on. And right now, I'm in the middle of reading Alien, and which I very much enjoyed. And once I get caught up with that and a couple of other books, I will read these back to back to back. And speaking of Alien, here we go with Alien number... which number is this? 5. This is a restart of the Alien story. A lot going on in this series too. This is Philip Kennedy Johnson is a writer, and again, I've really enjoyed the Alien stories. I think that they're very well done, and I've enjoyed each reintroduction of these stories that they're doing. If that makes sense. Okay, and now we get into more Boom Studios comics. This is a House of Slaughter number 11. Digging that cover. Another black character, by the way. This is The Butcher's Return, Part 1, and I gotta get caught up on these books. Boom Studios. Okay, it looks like he's missing a hand or something. And then the mother story for House of Slaughter. Something is Killing the Children, and this is issue number 28. Another creepy cover there. A series I very much enjoyed, but again, I'm way behind. And this is one of the books one of the series that I'm reading that I definitely got to get caught up on. All right, that's issue number 28. Okay, so that ends lot number 1. Let's get into lot number 2, which we will start off with. Let's put these over here. DC Comics. Okay, so DC Comics. This is DC Universe Lazarus Planet Assault on Krypton. This is a one-shot. Big story that's happening in the DC Universe. And speaking of, James Gunn made his announcement yesterday. You need to check it out. It's right here on YouTube of what he's going to be doing with the DC Universe. I'm very, very excited about his plans. They sound very structured and very in-depth. And sounds like he's going to really do justice to the DC Universe in terms of the DCU. There's supposed to be the DCEU, which is the DC Extended Universe. And then there's going to be the DCU, the films that he will be doing, which will be the actual official DC stories in film version or movie version. Anyway, back to the comic book. So yes, a Lazarus Planet Assault on Krypton. All right. The world of Superman changed forever. Interesting. And then a series of one-shots that I've definitely been enjoying from DC Comics. And that's the Batman One Bad Day. I've heard a lot of good reviews about this one. I'm pretty much caught up on all the stories. But I haven't read this yet, of course. But this is Batman One Bad Day dealing with Bane. This is written by Joshua Williamson, Howard Porter, and Tumal Mori. If I'm pronouncing that name right, hopefully I didn't butcher that. That's a cool cover too. Loving that cover. Can't wait to read this. And the next One Bad Day story dealing with Catwoman. Loving that cover there and that very narcissistic look that she has in her on her face. Excuse me. DC's One Bad Day Catwoman, written by G. Willow Wilson, a name I am familiar with, and Jamie McKelvey. Contributing to this story. These are really good stories, man. These one-shots. If you have not been reading the Batman One Bad Day stories, you're really, truly missing out. Read them. Okay, and then we get into some Marvel books now. So we got Marvel Wakanda number 4, starring Tosin. I guess some new character that they're introducing. And then we have here History of the Black Panthers. Again, we're into Black History Month. So definitely these characters are going to be highlighted. And we'll do some full reviews of these stories later on this month. Okay? All right. And then we have Black Panther, issue number 13. Written by Ridley, Peralta, and Shang, the same contributors to the book that I just showed you. It's an interesting cover, very colorful. All right. It's Black Panther number 13. And then one of the big books in the Marvel Universe, just like we had the DC Lazarus Planet, this is one of the biggest, what am I trying to say, epic stories, next epic stories to be told in the Marvel line. This is Sins of Sinister, issue number 1, written by Kieran Gillen, Lucas Wernock, Brian Valenza, and more, contributing to this story. I guess there's more than one story written in this book. It's a pretty thick book, too. It's part 1. Of that story. And we have Scarlet Witch number 1. all these number ones. Orlando, Hichele, D'Amico, rather, and Wilson contributing. I like that cover too. Very entrancing looking. Okay, as it should be, because this is the Scarlet Witch. She entrances you with her hex powers. All right. The Secret Invasion, issue number 3. And of course, we're waiting for the new trailer for Secret Invasion, the TV series that will be premiering on Disney Plus in the next couple of months, I believe in March. That's Secret Invasion, issue number 3. Right. And then issue number 2 of Monica Rambeau Photon. I plan on doing a review of this story pretty soon. I've read issue number 1. I'm going to read issue number 2. And once I do, I'll do a review of my feelings about the story, where I think the story is going. Is it even worth reading? Blah, 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 blah. Of course, she is a black character. So we'll definitely be highlighting her for the month of February. More sooner than later. And then She-Hulk. This is a facsimile of the Savage She-Hulk. Came out years ago. And of course, the TV show just premiered on Disney Plus. I enjoyed it. Received mixed reviews, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. But this is the first version of She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters, the Attorney at Law. Okay, issue number 1, facsimile. And then we have the present running She-Hulk series. And this is issue number 9 of that book. Interesting cover. Don't know really know what's going on there, but it looks like something intimate. Okay. Then we have Strange, number 10. Okay. Look at that cover, man. That is really, really neat. And that's what, Clea? That's the name of her character, I believe. I believe this is written by Jed MacKay, Ferreira, Poggi, and Tartaglia contributing to this story. Very cool cover there, man. I really love that. That would have been a cool cover. And then we have Thor. Thor number 30. And this is the Legacy of Thanos Part 2. Okay, with some members of the Black Order appearing on this particular cover. Nice. Okay. So that ends lot number 2. And our final lot, number 3, which I believe will only be for all Marvel comic books. And we have Timeless, issue number 1. I think this is a one-shot, written by Jed MacKay as well. And of course, that is Mr. Kang the Conqueror on this cover, who we will be seeing this month, February the 17th, in Ant-Man and the Quantumverse. And this book is supposed to set the future of the Marvel universe. It's supposed to reset things that are happening in the Marvel universe in the comic book form. And then we have Wasp, number 1, celebrating 60 years of the Wasp, written by Al Ewing. And yeah, interesting cover there. The stories of the adventures of Janet Van Dyne, the Wasp. Get some of that glare out of there. Here we have Captain America, Symbol of Truth. Okay, and that's, of course, Sam Wilson on the cover. With whoever that particular character is. I haven't really been reading these books. I haven't got caught up on them, but hopefully I will, especially since it's being, again, Black History Month. Then we have the origin of Captain America. That is a cool cover there. Rear cover. I like that newsprint in the background. Makes it look timeless. Makes it look nostalgic, of Captain America. This is a variant, I believe, of Sentinel of Liberty. Yeah, this is a variant edition. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you again, Walter Midnight. Then we have Midnight Suns, number 5. Okay, and that is Agatha Harkness on the cover there. And some of the members of look like one of the members of the Strange Academy on the cover. And we see Wolverine as well, and Magic and some other characters in the background. Issue number 5. Okay. Then we have the Spider-Man books. This is Dark Web, The Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 17. A lot going on in this story. And then we also have issue number 18 of Dark Web. In the Dark Web Saga. Zeb Wells, I believe, and McGinnis, Rathburn, and Menz contributing. And then we have issue number 2 of a spin-off of Dark Web. This is the Mary Jane and Black Cat series. Love that cover. I love the work of, what is his name? J. Scott Campbell, whose name is not accredited on the cover, but he is the artist, cover artist anyway, for this book. Okay. All right, ladies. Then we have another Spider-Man book. This is Miles Morales, Spider-Man, issue number 2, the relaunching of this series. And he looks like someone's punching this Scorpion, I believe that is, punching the crap out of him. Or at least maybe he's dodging a punch, I believe. Okay. Cool cover there, man. Love that. Then we have Carnage by Ron V. That's Ron V, I believe. It's doing the cover. Ugh. Wow, that looks disgusting. Oh no, what is happening here? It looks like a lot. All right. Okay. And Daredevil issue number 7 by Chip Zdarsky, a very, very, I should say a fan favorite. Fans have been raving about this series. This, along with Punisher. This is issue number 7 of that series. And honestly, this looks like the Hand, members of the Hand, and he is playing a part in their organization and what the happenings that are going on with him. There's a Punisher right there, by the way. We have Doctor Strange, issue number 3, Within the Body, My Body Is Not. And a lot of rave reviews have been coming forth with this series too. This is Fall Sunrise, and that's a very, very interesting cover. Tradd Moore and Heather Moore, the Moores, contributing to this particular book. And then Moon Knight, character we mentioned earlier. This is Moon Knight issue number 19. And looks like he's getting the crap beat out of him too. The comic books are good, man. I just wish that the TV series that was on Disney Plus was as good as the comics. So yes, Moon Knight number 19 being beaten by a character that almost looks like the character from Ice Cream Man comic book. If any of you know what the Ice Cream Man is, or have been reading that book. Then we have Ghost Rider number 10 by Percy Smith, Cutler Jr., and Valenza. And as I keep saying, these Ghost Rider comic covers, man, are off the hook. I love them. Love them. Okay. Let's keep it moving here. And then we get into our X-Men books. A new X-Men character that's been introduced. Another black character, by the way. I'm glad to say this is X-Men issue number 18, written by Jerry Duggan, Villa, and Mila. That's a cool cover too. Very, very nice. I love that. Okay. And in our next, we got another X-Men book. Oh, jeez. Gotta keep these organized. So we got another X-Men book here. And this is Immortal X-Men issue number 10. Same writers, it looks like. And a lot going on here. But again, I'm way behind on my X-Men reading. I don't know what's going on. And then we have Invincible Iron Man. Looks like number 2. With Ironheart and Iron Man on the cover. 1-on-1 against Ironheart. The Invincible Iron Man series. Written by Jerry Duggan. Juan Frigeri and Brian Valenza contributing to this cover. Nice cover though. I do like that. And that is it. We are back to Timeless. Okay, but we're going to put the other books up here, the ones that we started off with the independent books. Okay, so we'll put these up here with, okay, move over, the Marvel books. So anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed this haul. This is a super comic book haul, as it says in the title. Had a lot of books to show, man, and I love reading comic books. I can't express that enough. It's good for the brain, good, the imagination of the writers, the creativity of the artists, combination of all those just really take you into another world, especially with all the shit that's going on in the world right now, and there's a lot going on. Unfortunately, and I'm sorry to curse, but there is a lot of bad things going on, but fortunately, there are some good things going on too, and some of those good things are comic books. So read a comic book, Support your local comic book shops. There should be some near you. Just go online and see where they are located. Anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed this haul. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. Tap the notification bell so you can get more vids like this as I post them immediately, and give the video a thumbs up. Please give the video a thumbs up. And most of my content is adult oriented. So, be grown up and tap that notification bell, man. Give the video a thumbs up like I ask you to. Read a comic book, support your local comic book store. I know I sound like a broken record, but it's all good. Anyway, hope that you all doing well. Enjoy your comic book day, comic book Wednesday. Peace, love, and hair grease.